Hey, what's good, everybody? It's me, your hero, Benjamin Banks, and you're watching Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. And joining me, as always, are my co-hosts from the Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks podcast, Rebellious D and Terrific Trav, Double OT. How you fellas doing today?
I'm here.
Ready to go, man.
Okay, all right. Hey, it is my birthday. We got these reviews coming out, and I'm happy to be here, guys. And before we get into today's review, which is season 2 of Dota Book 2, which is on Netflix right now, make sure that you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell button so that way you're always notified when we have new content here on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. And D, like you say every time,
Podcast in the description. Like, follow, subscribe to the channel. You know what I'm saying?
Let's go.
Thank you for watching.
That's right. Let's get into it. So, guys, I told D this earlier, and try. I don't know if you remember, but when season 1 came out, I said that I was good on season 2. I said that I probably wasn't going to check it out because I thought that season 1 was okay, but I wasn't like a huge fan of it for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, it didn't do anything that made me want to watch season 2. But D, he pushed me into watching season 2. I watched season 2, and I was just like, man, I thought the season 2 was awesome. Like, it was really good. I enjoyed the character development. I enjoyed the action. The animation was on point. I enjoyed the new characters that we saw this season. And overall, it was a really good season. D, what were your thoughts on season 2 of book 2 of Dota?
I mean, you know, I already liked season 1 or book 1, should I say. Mm-hmm. And for book 2 to come in and give us even more badass villains, some really cool and memorable characters, more dragons, a couple more dragon slayers, if you will. So, I mean, dragon knights, excuse me. I loved it. So, Trav?
Yeah, I liked it. I'm going to go ahead and just get all the negative opinions that I have on it out the way. I didn't like the pacing. I thought it was way too fast. There was way too much stuff going on. It felt way too rushed.
Yeah.
And again, we're bringing in a bunch of new people and not focusing any time on new people. And it just felt real rushed to me. So it leaves things a little bit confusing on trying to remember specifically what happened because everything's so quick.
Now, I gotta say something about the pacing issue with it. It basically picks up where the first one left off. There's no real time, so I think that made it.
No, they tired.
Yeah, I mean, I like the first book to begin with, so I was kind of ready. And for it to pick up, I didn't really. And then the new characters, really, you don't need to really. You know, there's no depth to them. You know, you get a couple. Yeah, either they were already there or their positions are their positions. Like the leader of the King's Guard, for example. I don't need to know him. You know, you get. Man. Yeah, he was sweet. That's what I mean. There's no real.
Is that Shabera?
Yes, I think that is. We're gonna roll with Shabera.
I just don't. That's my.
You know what I mean? Like I'm saying, like, you don't really need to know him too much.
So then, why bring him in? That's all I'm saying.
Well, I mean, my thing
is just there to protect the princess.
That's what I'm saying. He doesn't have. There's no depth to. You know what I'm saying? There's no reason to go into his backstory and. You get to see why how he got the slash on his face. I mean, other than that,
when he came,
he was holding it down.
He chopped old girl's head.
That was nasty. Nasty.
And what was crazy was I thought that she was going to get possessed or something.
Yeah, we saw that one before.
And she was still just a normal him. She just pledged her allegiance. What did you say that the main villain's name was again, Trav?
Well, I mean, the main villain's still Terrorblade, but
for book 2.
The other person was
the Void Dragon.
Kashira, I think, was his name, like human name. And
they use that more. I mean, they referred to his dragon name like
dragon name was like Blyslith or something like that. I can't remember.
We'll roll with that too, Trav. We got you.
Yeah, hey, let us know in the comments, man, because honestly, guys.
Well, that's what I mean. It's so fast paced. There's so many people, and it's like even if they don't mean anything, it just throws in another name for me to try and remember and get people confused. Dude, we're literally at like 35 characters in this, and in a matter of 16 episodes, they've introduced like 35 people, dude. It's a lot. It's a little too much. That's really my only complaint. It's just too much, dude.
Everybody got their time to shine.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to say this since we're talking. It's Basaric. I want to say that when he showed his true form,
Right.
I really got
You look badass.
Castlevania season 4 vibes, like when Belmont was fighting against Death.
Yeah, that shit was strong. I was like,
yeah,
geez.
man, he was just destroying everything in the town, and
Yeah.
it like the final fight of this season. It was a badass fight.
Oh, absolutely.
Because you had Slyrack, Davion. He was just like, hey, go ahead and take over my body.
Mhm.
We need to defeat this guy and everything. And then when your boy Caden shows up and they're just like, hey, we got to work together.
Uh-huh.
It was a
Hey.
badass fight, man. And so like, that's why I was getting those Castlevania vibes. But
Yeah.
I like that at the start of book 2, Caden realized like what was really going on. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? 'Cause he was just like, maybe I'm wrong here. And
Mhm.
to see how he's treated by everybody, because it's like in book 1, we saw like he was this badass dude, like
He's an asshole.
he was giving the commands, people were doing what he was saying to do. But then in book 2, it's like pretty much he was a joke. You know what I'm saying? Like he was sitting at the table with Bram and whatnot. And Bram is somebody that I really like too. Like Bram,
Yeah.
I loved his growth throughout
Yep.
this throughout the season. Really good character. I'm upset that he lost his girlfriend and everything.
Yeah.
That happens.
He slept with a dragon.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? It's it reminded me of Bad Boys 3 when Mike Lowry, he slept with a witch. You know what I'm saying? He slept with a witch and fell in love. But no,
Yeah, yeah.
but I mean, Trav, I get where you're coming from, where it's just like, they just dropped the characters in there. But like D said, it's just like these characters are already in their positions. But what you're saying is that you just wish that we could have got more on these characters. But I feel like that's just
Well, it's really or those characters just don't exist. Like they're just there to push some form of a plot. And it's like, well, you could have done that with more established characters, I think.
So are you saying we need to go back and learn more about Agent Coulson?
Oh, geez.
Something.
Like, I mean, the guy was just a Kingsguard, and then the other guy, the Armadillo dude, he was basically like a thief or whatever, an assassin maybe. He was part of their underground little guild thing or whatever that was. But it's just, I like the fact that they kind of paced it. You get to see growth in Bram. So maybe in book 3, you'll get to know these people more. That's what I'm saying. Like, Bram was just a background character in the first one. You didn't get to know him then. And now look at him. He's moving along.
Now
I do. Yeah, I hope he gets some armor. I need to see him getting trained.
Mm-hmm.
He already knows some sort of spellcraft, so that's pretty sweet.
I feel like it's similar to The Witcher, where remember how season 2 of The Witcher just kind of ended, where it's just like this big battle is coming.
Yeah,
it's like we already know that there's a big battle coming. We learned
Correct.
that in book 1 with Terrorblade and whatnot. But I feel like now that we have these new characters who are strong characters too, we'll maybe get more on them in season 3. And they're gonna lead to the battle. And I mean, at the end of the day, this anime is based off the video game. It's just like the video game. And when you play these games, RPGs, tactic games, and whatnot, you're always getting new party members to add to your party. So one thing I was telling D earlier is that I love how Netflix is taking these tactics games, like games that were popular, but everybody didn't play it because they did the same thing with League of Legends, and they're turning them into anime series. And hopefully the people that watch these series, they're like, okay, I'm gonna go and check out this game now since the anime is dope, and hopefully the game is for them. If it's not, then that's
I don't like MOBAs, so it's definitely not for me.
I don't either. Like, bro, like I would see gameplay footage and I'm just like, I'm good on that. But like there is a big community and following when it comes to these games. So
Oh, for sure.
Now, question.
Go ahead, D.
No, you good? I mean, I can always say. No. I just wanted to see. I had a question for y'all before I forget it. Do you guys think we'll ever get something like a Fire Emblem anime or anything like that?
Absolutely, it's coming.
You think so?
Absolutely.
I mean,
I
just because. Yeah, go ahead, Trav.
I was gonna say, I hope they get Studio Mer to do it because I just recently started rewatching all of Young Justice. And they do the 2 new seasons, the reboot of it, or not reboot, but the continuation.
Yeah.
And they did Kippo and the Age of the Wonder Beast. I don't know if you saw that movie, and they did the Witcher anime. So like, I really like the studio. So like, I'm cool with them
Trust them.
doing Fire Emblem, bro.
Yeah,
Because
I
the
just know
animation
that-
in this show is sweet.
Yeah.
I just know that Fire Emblem has like a pretty good following, you know, and it's always got these sweet characters in every video game.
Who would you roll with if you were gonna pick a character to
in Fire Emblem?
Yeah.
I mean, I've always been a Marth fan or Ike.
It sounds cliche, but why wouldn't you pick Ike, bro?
I mean, Ike. Look, it's funny. I was telling Banks the other day that Ike reminds me so much of old boy from Berserk. What's his damn name? Guts. Yeah, I mean, Guts.
They do kind of look similar.
Yeah, it's just crazy. I feel like very. But back on topic, I just like the way this is written. Do you think we're gonna get Dragon Blood books 1 through 3 and finish, and then they'll move into another topic in the Dota universe? Do you think that's what they're gonna do, or do you think it's just gonna be like Dragon Blood and finish? Because there's a lot of classes in that game.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be Dota Dragon's Blood books 1 through whatever.
Yeah,
and then Dota something
whatever.
Else,
okay,
1 through whatever.
That's what I was thinking too. Banks, thoughts?
I think that we're probably just gonna get probably 2 more.
There's like 32 classes in the game. It's something crazy like that.
I feel like we might just get 2 more books. Well, probably 3 because
I'm talking about the franchise. I guess is what I'm asking. Do you think they're going to keep the franchise around once this story is told? Do you think they're going to move around?
Kind of like with Castlevania, how now they're about to do
time jump or
they're doing
yeah. It's a prequel, right?
I mean, it's a possibility. I mean, like this look. They had a season 1 and now they got a season 2. So obviously this series is popular, and I could see them expanding on the universe because like there's so much that they can do. Like it's like right now the focus is on Davion, but then it's like you can make the focus on somebody else that's a different class from from the video game. So I mean, I think it's a possibility. I mean, we see these shows on Netflix where it's like if they don't have the views, then they're not going to keep on putting stuff out. One anime that we reviewed, which is here on the channel, is the Pacific Rim anime. Like they're getting a season 2. And
can't wait for that.
Honestly, like I really didn't even hear a lot of people talking about that anime for real. You know what I'm saying? So it's interesting that it is getting a season 2, and we're going to review it because season 1 was all right. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, like if they do something else, I'd be down for it.
I will. One thing I want to mention, I love that take on it, is that sometimes a franchise is just popular. Like Pacific Rim, people love those movies, and it's cool to see them taking chances on even if the season 1 didn't get a good review. I know Dota did well. Season 2 is rating.
From what I see, Dota 2 is doing even better.
Exactly. So I mean, if they could add more depth of character, on Trav's point and stuff like that, I say keep it going because I love their play on dragons. That's something that I love, how original, and they actually have the elemental dragons and stuff. It's super sweet because you don't get that a lot,
just all the different dragons too.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. The play on dragons is nice.
Also, Netflix doesn't have a franchise to call their own. Like they're Castlevania's starting to go that way, so we'll see what happens in 5 years. But they pull out so quickly of stuff, they never give themselves the chance to build franchises.
Yes, exactly.
They could do that with Dota. They can do that with Castlevania, but are they going to be willing to put 5-10 years into that franchise to build it into something? Now, time will tell.
Yeah, and the question I have for that, Trav, is do you think, you two, Banks, do you think they're going to run out of options or people are going to stop pitching stuff to them after a while if they don't continue to pick projects up? Or do you think the content will get worse over time?
No.
I mean, well, then what do you think that they're what do you think the repercussions for these people is if they just keep one and done and stuff? There has to be repercussions down.
I think they're like Amazon. There is no repercussions. They're such a money machine that it's just going to keep churning out stuff, dude.
Well, that's what they thought the red box was.
And I feel like it's one of those things too, where it's like, there's always something that they can take and make it hot. You know what I'm saying? Like something that
books and
like,
stuff
that we
like
grew
that.
Up, like, I mean, I know that this may sound not dumb, but I know like if they announce that, hey, like we're gonna come out with a Mousetrap series, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right, yeah.
People will watch it, you know.
People would watch it for
because
sure.
it's just like, yeah, it's a game, but like imagine if they made like a Mousetrap anime, just like Dota or Castlevania and whatnot.
Or even if it was just a kids show, like kids would watch that, dude, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, you see it every week. Coco Melon is in like the top 10 shows or whatever, and it's they could churn out more children's shows like that. Give us a Mousetrap. But yeah, I mean, Netflix has the most subscribers by a very, 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 very large margin at 222 million subscribers a month. There's nothing that they can do that's going to affect that, in my opinion. Even if they lost 1 million subscribers, that's 221 million subscribers a month. So, hey, they can keep doing that. It is what it is.
I guess as far as stuff you want to see, I mean, I guess that makes sense, but I know sometimes, shows that they drop, sometimes they get picked up where, if it's something you liked and they drop it, you just, like all the Netflix Marvel shows, for example, and they got picked up and returned home to Disney. So it is what it is, I guess.
Yeah, it's just one of those things, man. And it's like we see so many shows. I'm trying to think of one, like the one we reviewed, the Zero, and that was like a live action superhero show. Yep. And it had a really good story, but it got canceled. They're not picking it up.
Oh, what was the one that has a new season out just now?
We did superhero show.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about? Oh man, I can't think of it, Trav.
It just dropped this week.
I just sent y'all the trailer for it too. Yeah, I know. I can't.
Or UND.
All of us in the group chat.
Yeah, it was in the group.
Oh, Raising Dion.
There it is, yes, Raising Dion.
There it is.
Netflix is weird because they're in a weird place where they're making $200 million movies like Red Notice and also giving us $1 million budget projects like Dota. So that's what I mean. They're in a weird space where they're producing. They
have the funds.
Because they just have
whatever. They
have infinite funds, dude.
Yes,
infinite funds.
And it's just crazy because it's like a show like Jupiter's Legacy, which it was an okay show and it ended on a cliffhanger. But then because of Jupiter's Legacy, now we have the anime, and I've heard so many people say so many good things about the anime.
Super Crooks.
Super Crooks.
Yeah, are we supposed to get another one?
I just want them to keep on focusing on Super Crooks, or even if they want to do like a sequel to Jupiter's Legacy but make it an anime, I feel like that it would do so much better.
There it is.
It would be so much better because I mean, like when I was watching Jupiter's Legacy, I had told D like it wasn't doing anything to keep me entertained, like to make me hyped for season 2 or anything like that. But watching the anime, it was just like, yo, like it's dope.
You think it would have been better if they just animated it from the get-go, Banks, and had those people voice the characters?
Yeah, but this goes back to what we've said before about what I've said on social media about you have these animes or cartoons come out and then you bring in these actors and then the voice actors lose out on it. If they would have just came out with the anime, then give the voice actors the roles to do that stuff. And then
you're saving money too because the price points on voice actors versus live action. I mean, see, this is something that I brought up too about you have to be careful when you're making, unless your budget and your team is like top notch, then superhero stuff you got to be careful with because it's just easier to draw and depict than to act and depict. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
Like look at Super Crooks and then look at Jupiter's Legacy. You know what I'm saying? It's no contest.
I agree. But but with that being said, thank you everybody for watching our review for Dota Book 2. Trav, final thoughts, rating for Book 2?
Yeah, I really like it. It's definitely enough for me to watch Book 3, and continue the franchise. So, I give it a good 8 out of 10.
Okay. D?
I'm gonna ride with Trav with an 8 out of 10. I'm looking forward to the Book 3. Love the villains, love the heroes. I like the dynamic of the hero. The journey is pretty sweet. Thanks.
Yeah, I'm giving it an 8. I'm giving it an 8 out of 10 as well. I really enjoyed it. I can't wait to see Book 3. I can't wait to see what they do with all of the new characters that they introduced in book 2. And I'm just hoping that everybody levels up and the show just keeps on getting better and better. So let us know in the comments what you thought about Dota season 2. If you have watched it, if you haven't watched it, then check it out after you didn't watch our review and whatnot. Hopefully we didn't give away too many spoilers. And with that being said, Trav, let them know where they can find you at in social media land.
That's right. I'm on the Instagram at ZK Audio. I'm on the Twitter at TRAVIOSZK, where I'm also on Letterboxd, where I'm watching and rating my favorite movies. D, and that D stands for Dota.
Yeah, today it does. You can find me at rebellious_D23 Instagram.com. Hey, Banks, they're getting a gang together to go get Terrorblade. Where can they find you at in book 3?
You can find me, your hero, Benjamin Banks, at KingBenji_Banks on Twitter and Instagram. You can find me on Facebook at Benjamin Banks. I should be the first person to pop up. If not, then I need to contact Mr. Zuckerberg. Thank you again for watching our review. Hop in the comments. Let's talk about it. Today's my birthday. Wish me a happy birthday as well. Keep that pinky up. Stay positive. We'll see you next time on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. Peace. Thank you for watching a brand new episode of Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. Make sure that you hit that like button and you subscribe to our channel. Hit the bell button so that way you're always notified when we have new content on our channel. Make sure you check out our podcast where we release new episodes every Tuesday and the video of that episode is uploaded on Friday. And you can find new episodes of our podcast on all podcast platforms. Make sure you follow all the Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks social media accounts at Leveling Up Banks on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Also, we have a Patreon. If you're feeling generous and would love to donate to us, it's at Leveling Up Banks. And huge shout out to our patrons. We really appreciate you and thank you for the support. We'll see you next time on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks.